Mrs. Andrews? Mrs. Andrews? Mrs. Andrews? Mrs. Andrews? I bet you never thought when you woke up this morning that you'd be spending the day with me, did you? Well, that's the thing about Friday the 13th. You need to be extra careful because you never know what could happen. You know, I always knew I'd find you again, and it wouldn't be long. It's just sad that I've had to get you into a position like this just so you'll listen to me. I can't believe it. I can't believe you left me. Yet, I made some mistakes. I know that there were times when I let my temper get the better of me. I know that. And I'm not saying what I did was right, but the fact is, I made some mistakes. We said for better or worse. That's forever. Not 2 years and then just up and leave whenever you feel like it. You never gave me a chance. You didn't give me a chance to apologise or to make amends. That's what marriage is. We forgive each other. We move on. But you just left. You just left. And you know what makes it worse? Is that after you disappeared, the first time I see you in months, I see you in a bar flirting with another bloke. Flirting with another bloke. We're not even divorced, and already you're thinking about shagging some other bloke. Wait, what's that say about us and our marriage? I mean, how do I know that you weren't doing the same thing when you were living under my roof? How do I know that you weren't bringing home STDs into our bed? In fact, how do I know you've not already given me something? I thought we'd be together forever. We'd started talking about buying a new house. We'd started going to view properties. I wanted to talk to you about having kids, but you, well, I mean, it all makes sense now. You were never interested. All you were thinking about is how quickly you could get out of this marriage and start screwing around with other blokes. You don't love me. You've never loved me, have you? Oh, and you can lie so easily. I can't live, knowing that you're out there doing what you're doing. So it comes down to a question of you or me. Who should suffer now? I think I've suffered enough. You remember my cousin Danny, who you always thought was dodgy? Well, yeah, you were right. Can you guess what he sold me? I think maybe you can guess, can't you? I've got a gift for you. So my question to you, my darling, is what do you think I should do now?
But when you woke up this morning, you didn't think you'd be spending the day with me. That's the thing about Friday the 13th. It's one of those unlucky days. I know this sounds strange, but seeing you like this gives me some kind of satisfaction. It's kind of biblical, like an eye for an eye. Now you're the one that's scared, and you're the one that doesn't know what's going to happen next. How does it feel? It's not good, is it? So far, you're only feeling a fraction of the way that you made me feel. A fraction. You can't imagine, but just try what it's like when your scalp's burning because you've been dragged across the room by your hair. Or, here's one for you. Do you know that you actually see twinkling little stars when you've been punched in the head? Actually see twinkling stars, like in cartoons. Leaving you was hard enough without you hunting me down like an animal. I'm not an animal. But you wouldn't let me be. So that's why I had to do something like this. Without drastic action, you'll just keep doing what you're doing. And if it's not me, there'll be some poor woman who believes that you really love her and that it's her fault every time you lose your temper. Now, I could report you to the police, you could go to jail, but then you just come out and you'll be haunting me again. If I just harmed you, then I could go to prison, but you'd be waiting at the gates for me. So, you get the picture? Excuse me, I am talking now. As I was saying, you leave me with no choice. It has to end. The night that I left, you choked me to death. You strangled me. You tried to kill me. You thought I was dead. You left me for dead. And despite that, it doesn't make this any easier. I am sorry. But you leave me no choice. I've got no choice. Unless there's something else I can do. Will you promise me something?
Sure.
If we ever have any problems down the line, just promise me that we can always talk about things.
Yeah. Of course we can.